Can you still make money in Bitcoin? That's the question I'm answering today. Listen, you might have seen, maybe if you still pay attention, the price of Bitcoin recently rose about $1,500 in the last 48 hours or so, which is a little abnormal for the pattern of how it's going this year. You know, the price is pretty much flatlined for Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies, and I have my own reasons for no longer discussing cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. I think the industry has been changed and fixed and is no longer what it was from before, but that's a topic for another video. This video is, can you still make money in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? And for me, the answer is yes. About 1 year ago, I think it was June or July, I was wearing this shirt, this very same shirt, begging people to get into Bitcoin. Just only one video. I promise that would be the first and last video ever that I would do where I would beg people to get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Why? Because I could see that it was going like this and that it was going to continue that way for a long time. And so that was in June or July. And you know, if you saw my other videos, April is when I got into it. The price was $3,000, and then December, when I sold at the peak, it was around $22,000, $25,000, depending on which exchange you look at. It peaked there. What has happened since then is the topic for another video. The question now is, July 2018, can you still make money in Bitcoin? The answer is yes, for two reasons. Number one, if you like, take it and run with it. How you can make money in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency still is in what's called altcoins. These are basically like penny stocks. If you understand how penny stocks work or the stock market works, you know, you hear all the big companies that are worth hundreds of dollars per share and all that stuff. But then there's an entire like sub-market called penny stocks, where basically unknown companies are on the stock market and they're listed on a couple of different exchanges, and you can buy them for basically pennies. The hope there is either that, you know, they'll go up a little bit and you'll catch the wave and you'll sell it, or that the company will go big and you've researched the company and you know it's got a great team, a great product, a great future, and you hope that they will, you know, go up to the dollar mark or the multiple dollars mark. And that does happen. It's rare, but the whole sub-market on that. And so for altcoins, you can basically do that in the same kind of way, because there are still new companies being created, new coins and new technology around Bitcoin and around blockchain being developed. Remember that Bitcoin is a game-changing technology. Blockchain, which comes from Bitcoin, is the game-changing technology. So if you're patient and you'd like to do your research, or you'd like to do that and take advantage of that, then you can research a lot of different altcoins. There's over 1,000, and find out what their purpose is and what their merits are for people and for the planet. Like real case uses, legitimate businesses, okay? That's method number one. Method number two is there's still some volatility on a daily basis. Slight, barely significant, really, 1 to 3% on a daily basis, okay? So in the last week, it's gone up, I think, just over 10%. That's an anomaly. That hasn't happened yet this year, really. Just since January, the price is basically flatlined, like I said earlier. However, on a daily basis, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies still do move between 1 and 3% daily. So what you can do, this is the second way, this is my preferred way, is you can either do it yourself and buy low, sell high, trade, become a trader, learn, read some investing books, some trading books like I did, understand the markets, understand the technical indicators, understand market psychology, and you can still make a good profit every month by doing, 1 to 2% a day, right? Or you can have a team do it for you. That's what I do. I have a team of people, some friends, close-knit, small group. We do it together, and we support each other and help each other out. And, you can make anywhere from 10% a month, maybe more, maybe less. But working together, you don't win all the time, but remember that it still does move on a daily basis about 1 to 3%. So if that's something you're interested in, then send me a message. But alas, that's the second way you can make money in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency today. Trade or have someone trade for you, buy low, sell high. That's the name of the game. That's always been the name of the game. Now, there's still other ways to make money, but that's more impractical. That's more long-term solutions, like blogging about it, or doing a YouTube channel about it, or these, MLMs, which I don't recommend, or starting your own blockchain company. There's still plenty of new applications. I talk to people, almost weekly, and meet people who are starting great companies and having great innovation in the blockchain, Bitcoin space, cryptocurrency space. Why? Because it's brilliant, game-changing technology. So there you go. There you have it. If you do your research or reach out to me if you like, you'll see that, yes, there are still ways to make money in Bitcoin. Some of us are, most people are not. Now, if you really want, check this out. I'll read you a chapter or a small phrase from this fantastic book, Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. Best book for learning about how the 1% live and how they do their thing. The BNI quadrant, the business and the investor quadrant, is where this book focuses. So if you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I highly recommend everyone does, best place for a financial education. ESBI, the 4 quadrants. Hopefully you can see that. Employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. In this book, he educates on the business owner and investor. Now listen to this. You might have to watch this part twice because I'm going to speak it fast because I don't have much time left. Listen to this. He's talking about the I. He's talking about history repeating itself and being an investor. Listen to this. The B's and I's on the right side will sell at the top of the market, just when the last cautious people on the left side overcome their fear and enter the market. Something newsworthy will happen, the market will crash, and when the dust settles, the investors will move back in. They will buy back what they just sold. That's exactly what happened with Bitcoin. That's why so many people were pissed, and so many people got into the game late. Because the media, I told you, the media started covering Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the mostly fall to winter 2017. And then what happened? The price went like this, and everybody wanted into Bitcoin, and everybody got in, and they bought high. And the game is not buy high, sell low. It is buy low and sell high. As he said, history repeats itself. I was blown away when I read those words because that is exactly what happened. Learn from the mistakes. Let's learn from history. Peace.